And what's going on, guys? It is Edit Studios here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make an edit with Photoshop, such as this one. It's actually going to look very similar to this one, the one that I'm doing, because I just want to basically do something off the get-go so this isn't too long of a video, and just give you guys, sorry for my stutter there, give you guys an idea of what it's going to look like, and how this is fairly easy, right? I'm going to be using this picture here, and I'm going to be using this picture here. The middle picture I'm going to go ahead and change to this one right here of him catching the ball like this. Just so it will spice it up a little bit and change it, stuff like that. And so there is a program that you guys are going to be needing for filters. It's going to be Topaz Labs. I will go ahead and put the download link in the description for Topaz. It's free for the first 30 days, I think, so go ahead and snap that up so you can use this. And let's get off. So basically, once you get into Topaz, you want to go to adjust for presets, and while you're in the presets list right here, the top one, you're going to scroll down to this psychedelic one, and you're just going to click apply. You're going to click you're not going to click OK yet. After this is already applied, so then we're going to go ahead and go over to HDR collection. And after you go to HDR collection, you're going to go ahead and make it a light pop smooth. Apply, and now you'll click OK. So after doing this, you have this nice looking picture. It already looks nice, I would already use it as a desktop background. You're gonna mask the player. Now basically what that is we're gonna cut out Odell so we can add effects to the background and put that Odell on top of it, so Odell doesn't get faded or blurred or anything or whatever we do. So actually the first, you guys won't have to do this. It's just because I opened it. If you place it, you won't have to do it. But I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate this layer and then delete this one, so I'll be able to move it because the background layer is automatically locked. So now, as I said, we're gonna go ahead and mask Odell Beckham Jr. You're gonna go ahead and rasterize it, which if you come over here and right click, or is it already out? Okay, never mind me. It's already rasterized. Don't listen to me. So you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna start selecting the pixels. Hello. Don't Hold on, guys. Hold on. I gotta fix this real quick. Alright, guys. Sorry about that. I had to go ahead and restart Photoshop because for some reason it was giving me a little bit of lag there. So we're gonna go ahead and get the auto select tool to start masking him, and we're just gonna start selecting it. By dragging, it'll slowly select his body like this, and then since there is things behind him that it's going to try to select, there's other ways around it. But I'll show you guys the way I do it after I fully select his body. And I'll be back once I've done that because I know you guys don't want to see that. I'm just showing you it's this tool here, the auto select tool. Quick selection, auto select probably, means around the same thing. And we're just gonna, so you're gonna literally outline his whole body for this one. You're just gonna, like I said, outline his whole body so you can get the mask done, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I am back and I have masked the Odell. As you can see, I actually have this right here. And now what I was talking about was like these little areas right here on his thigh that have cropped out because it was also selecting pixels behind it. I think there's other ways to do it, but this is the way I do it. I select the lasso tool, and no, not the lasso tool, the polygon lasso tool, and I just manually crop it out like this. I'll set selections. It doesn't have to be 100% perfect, but try to make it, as close as it can be, so when we throw it back on top, it doesn't look, completely and utterly stupid. And see, like right there, it's only a little bit normally. Sometimes if you have a lot of people in it, it will select their arms and stuff. And I just find this faster than sitting there and trying to deselect all the areas that you don't need selected with the quick selection tool. I just find this faster. It's really not that hard. It can get a little tedious, especially people with dreads, like what was it on this one? No, not on my banner. I was gonna show you guys my banner, but my banner didn't have that effect. I did a test run on a Richard Sherman. While we're here, then I'll cut the video because I know you guys don't want to watch this. I did a test run with Richard Sherman, and I had to do his dreads, and that's just a pain just because you have to go around. You have to make sure you get all the areas between the dreads. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and stop babbling now. We'll be back once I am done masking the rest of this off and ready to start some more effects. Alright guys, we are back. This is the fully masked Odell. This is the Odell character, him, you know, without any of the background. And now you guys are probably wondering why I did that. This is what I did it for. So we're gonna go ahead and add the background in. Now you're just like, you literally just cropped out an Odell to put him on top of Odell. You're correct, I did, and that's so we can do this with it. We're gonna go over the filter. We're gonna add a blur, and then we're gonna add a motion blur. And now we don't, not that heavy of a motion blur. We're gonna add a motion blur of probably like, it really depends on what you guys want. I'm gonna be turning it black, so we're gonna add that for now. And you're gonna want to make sure this layer is rasterized, and since this one already is, we're gonna go Control Shift and U to turn it black. And the black really just adds a lot, makes this Odell pop. And now we're gonna go ahead, and I already have these Odells open. These are the two pictures I'm gonna be using. I'm gonna cut out Jarvis Landry on this one, and then I'm just gonna leave this one the way it is. And basically with these background photos, we do not, well, okay, so this one's different. I'm gonna talk about this one first. If you have a photo with just your one person in it, don't do anything to it other than the filters to put on it that I'm going to show you here in just a second. You don't need any of these two things I was experimenting with just a second ago. You don't need any of these. You don't need that. Just make sure this isn't locked. Make sure it's a duplicate of the background, and make sure it isn't locked so we don't have any problems here. Just make sure you can do whatever you want with it. You can take it off, keep it on, but don't do anything to this one other than the filters I'm going to talk about here in just a second. Now, if you're using one with two people, such as this one at the Pro Bowl with Odell and Jarvis Landry, you have to do something. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come down we're gonna come up really close, and we're just gonna cut starting where Jarvis Landry first touches Odell, which is in the face mask. So we're gonna cut like right here, and then we're just gonna take it. You don't even have to cut Jarvis Landry out perfect. You don't have to line it up with Jarvis Landry. The only thing you're wanting to make sure is no Jarvis Landry in my case, or whoever it is in your case, is in the picture. We do not want any of them in this picture, but we want full of Odell, and all these little gaps that I'm making can stay. They don't have to leave, because I'll show you why with what we're doing. And I'm not going to cut it here, and it might be a little boring. I'm trying to go as quick as I can without messing up. I just don't want you guys to mess up and then have to restart completely on your picture, because trust me, I've had to do that before. Let me tell you, it sucks, especially when you get really deep into a picture. You don't have copies of something saved, you don't have backups, you don't have work in progress saved. You have to start completely over. Now, what I did something funny was Jarvis. You have to cut this one out right here, because Jarvis Landry's leg is in the back. Oh my god! I just pointed at my monitor, thinking you guys could see me. I'm leaving the iPhone in the picture, and I think it's just a funny thing. You know, he was walking onto the field of the Pro Bowl with his iPhone. I'm gonna leave it. You guys, if you're copying me or if you're doing the exact same thing, you don't exactly have to. It's just I think it's a funny little detail, and my Photoshop for some reason starting to lag again. I don't know if it's because I should be able, if I can run all the games I play and stuff, I should be able to run Photoshop. We'll cut after this and fix that, but we're almost done cutting out here. We're just gonna go down, and we're literally gonna take it, and then you can zoom back out. Oh crap. I'll be right back, guys. Alright guys, and we are back after cutting out the Odell from the Jarvis Landry, and this is basically what it should look like after you guys have cut whoever you were using, if you had to. This is what it should look like. The other person should be completely gone, and now we should be able to start editing it and making sure it looks good. And also, I think I said this earlier, but I cannot make sure, so I'm going to say it again. Make sure you make a duplicate, or whenever you cut it, it will try to fill and it will look stupid. You have to duplicate it. You don't want the normal background, so that's only if you open it. If you place it, you're fine. So now basically, like I said, we're going to go ahead and add the filters. We're going to add just a Topaz Lab. We're going to do the same thing we did before. We're going to go down to adjusts. For preset, we're gonna find psychedelic. We're gonna put psychedelic on. We're gonna apply. We're gonna okay. But now we're not gonna add the other one. We're gonna shift U, make it black. Control A, copy, and we're gonna go ahead and come paste that, not onto this one, onto this one. We're gonna make a new layer above the background. Well, above both of them right now, and we'll paste Odell. And now you're just like, what about all the other background stuff, the fans and the bars and the gates and stuff like that? So we're gonna do a trick where we're gonna take the paintbrush, okay, and we're gonna turn the paintbrush. If it says current tool only, make sure you uncheck that box, and then we're gonna go ahead and take the paintbrush. Actually, we're gonna turn it into an eraser, and when we turn it into an eraser, this is what's gonna happen. You want to make sure you're on this layer. You're gonna turn it into an eraser. Use the third one, and make it as big as you want. I use around 94. Sometimes it just depends, you know. Depends on how well we're doing, and you're going to erase parts of it. And now what you're gonna do is you're gonna erase all the hard edges, all the hard parts, and look like it's fading into the image, and it's supposed to be there. Look like it's not. You didn't paste anything down. It's all faded, and I'll show you another trick to make it look like it's faded in completely, and you didn't paste it down, and it looks like you faded it in. When you come towards closer to the player body, this is what you're going to want to do. You're going to want to turn the opacity down really low to around 33, and you're going to go over all of the background, and even over, you can even go over the player. And this is what's really cool about it, is it just makes it look like it was faded in, like the picture faded in off of it. And we'll be able to back up, and I'll be able to show you what it looks like after I go ahead and fade this out just a little bit more. It looks like that. I actually want to go ahead and take the opacity back up to 100 for just a second and crop out this stuff, and then put the opacity back down and get that around. And it's looking pretty good. And now what you're going to go do with your second picture, which for me is this one, you're not going to do anything to it because it is only Odell. And you're going to go ahead and just throw a filter on it. We're going to throw the Topaz Labs same filter, and again, the download link for that will be in the description. We're going to go and we're going to go psychedelic on that one. Should be right here. Apply, okay. Command A. Well, actually, what I'm going to do is, so I don't have to deal with a lot of it, is I'm going to go ahead and erase a big chunk of it, like this, and then Control A, Control C, copy it, come back over to our main layer, create a new layer so it doesn't merge with any other ones, and yeah. Alright, I'm not going to cut the error that I just had out because I'm just going to show you guys errors that you guys will probably bump into. I don't know everything about Photoshop, but I do know more than just starting off. And I forgot, and I realized afterwards what was wrong. As you saw when I first put it in to this one, we can go ahead and close this out. When I first put it in here, I had a white box on it. And the reason was I was using the straight background layer. I was using this one that has the white box to where it just erased to a white box. You have to duplicate the layer so it will take a transparent background, unview this layer, and then it will show the transparent background. Select and copy that one. That was my mistake, but like I said, I'm not going to take it out, just to show you guys that you will bump into that error too. And I know you're saying, oh, it's a grainy picture. It isn't. And actually, we're going to turn this one black as well, set it down, and put Odell over both of these. And actually, you can play around with this one. I don't really know what I want to do yet. I think I want to go ahead and actually put this Odell on top of that Odell because it looks stupid with a foot in his face, right? And we'll be able to take the paintbrush tool again, go down to the pencil eraser, and make it big, 100 opacity, zoom in, and we'll be able to take away all the hard rest of these edges. And when you go down the back side, if you're using a picture where the shoulder's towards the back, like I am right here, don't use 100 opacity because it will erase the player. We aren't trying to erase the player here. I'm going to go ahead and take some of his hair off just to like that. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to make him look like he's supposed to be here, not that we pasted him in. And I know I've said that, but I'm going to say it again, you know, we want it to look like he is supposed to be here. And then here, fade it here. And then we'll actually go ahead and take a smaller brush, because I realize that we're missing an area here. Take a smaller brush, and we'll go ahead and take off all these hard edges here. Take off a little bit of the arm, take off a little bit of the jersey. Go back to lower opacity. Go ahead and hit this area just a little bit. Hit this area here. It's, you know, you can toy around with it, see what you guys like. This is all your personal opinion. Toy over here, toy on his face. There we go. And now we're gonna go ahead and zoom out and see what it looks like so far. It's looking decent, actually. I want to go ahead and move this here, make it a little bigger. Should we put it there? There we go. I like that. Now, this wasn't what I was intending for it to be. I think we're going to keep this about this size, right? I definitely wasn't intending it to look like this. No, like that. There we go. And I really enjoy this. We're actually going to put this one on top of this Odell too, just to make it look like these pictures belong. And it gives it a nice looking, it looks nice. And this is what I was planning. I wasn't planning on making these Odells this big. I told you it was going to look like the one that I showed you in the beginning. But this is what it turned out looking like. And like I said, it's all your personal opinion, what you want it to look like. And I think this looks good. Some people will, some people won't. And that's just how it is. And this isn't the only edit and tutorial that will be up. I will be making edits, speed edits, whatever you guys want to see, there will be there, you know. I have this banner that I made. You guys can see I made this. Big Seahawks fan. Hopefully we can take this Lombardi trophy this year, Super Bowl 51. We could take the W, hopefully. I know Marshawn Lynch retired, but Thomas Rawls, man, led the NFL in yards per carry last year on his rookie season, even with breaking his ankle. So I see talent in him. Our secondary is amazing, but I don't want to get off topic too much. Just big. I ain't even a Giants fan. I just love the way Odell pictures come out. And I love this one. I actually like this one better than my other one. And when you're saving something, we'll go ahead and go into saving now. Go to File, Save As. You want to save it as a JPEG if you're saving it for the image. And then just click Save, click OK. And then it should be, hold on, I have to drag it from my second monitor over here. It should be right here. We closed up Photoshop, we're done. Should be right here. If it'll open, I don't know why it's opening on that monitor, but it's right here. And I think it looks great. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. There will be more edits to come, and if you guys want to see anything special or anything, let me know down in the comments below. We'll see you guys next time. It was Edit Studios.